Hi everyone, this is Dawn. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this magic window card using the You Make Me Happy stamp set from Close to My Heart. It's the Operation Smile charity stamp set. So let's get into it. You need some white daisy cardstock, and I'm cutting this at 4 1/4 by 8 1/4. And then I'm going to score it at 2 3/4, and I'm just using the track in my trimmer and my score tool. So that will be the front of the card, and now we're going to make the middle. We're cutting that at 4 1/4 by 8 1/2, and then we're going to score that at 4 1/4. That's the middle piece. And now we're going to do the back piece, which is cut at 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. And then you're going to score that at 5 1/2. So it's just got that 1/4 inch bit on the side there. And that'll be the back of the card. And now I'm cutting some pieces to go inside where the animals will be stamped. So the first one I'm cutting at 4 2 7/8, and the other one is 4 2 7/16. And then I'm going to cut a decorative piece. This is from the Mix-In paper collection, and I'm cutting that at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. It's a standard A2 card size. So now I am going to take the front piece of my card and I'm going to go ahead and fold it. And then I'm going to fold the center piece of the card on the score lines. And I'm taking my 2-inch circle die and I'm just kind of placing it in the upper right corner of that front piece of cardstock. And then I'm securing it with some low-tack purple tape. And then I'm going to layer it with the open side of that center inside piece. So I've got 3 layers going there, and I'm going to run them through my Big Shot. And it won't go through all 3 at one time, but that third piece, it'll leave an impression so that I can just kind of put saddle my die back in there and cut it. Now I'm taking my decorative piece and putting it behind that front piece and running that through my Big Shots. So now I've got circles cut on all of these pieces. And so now I'm taking the pieces that I'm going to stamp my dog and cat on, and I'm lining them up with the edge of that front piece. And then I'm just tracing a circle in pencil on each of these pieces so I know where to stamp. Okay, so now I've got these ready to go. So now I can assemble my card. I'm going to fold that 1/4 inch in on the back piece of the card, and I'm going to put some Scor-Tape down on that edge. And then I'm going to expose the sticky on that Scor-Tape, and I'm taking my center piece and I'm placing that edge on top of that fold. Okay, so it's on the outside and that fold is on the inside, and it's butted up against that edge there. Okay, so now I'm going to take my front card piece and line it up, and I'm going to use Tombow and just put some glue down there, and that way it's I'll have a little bit of room to kind of adjust it. And then I'm going to line up that top piece with everything and make sure all my circles are lined up, and then that folded piece will get tucked in against the back. You see how it tucks in there? And that's the mechanism for the magic window. So when you open it up, that piece slides over. Okay, so eventually I'll have this decorative piece on, but first let's go ahead and stamp our animals. Okay, the larger piece is going to be basically on the back of the card, and then the smaller piece is going to be on that flap. So the image that you want to be seen on the front of your card, you need to stamp it on that larger rectangle. So I'm using the dog, and he's going to be the front of the card. I'm going to clean off my stamp, and then on that other one, I'm going to stamp a cat. And that's what you'll see when you open your card up. I'll get my stamps all cleaned off. Okay, so off camera, I have colored in both of these images with the tri-blend markers. And now we're going to get these images in our card. So I'm going to start with the dog, and I'm going to line him up. He's going to get adhered to the inside back piece, and the easiest way to do that is to line him up through the windows and then put your glue down and then fold your back piece over on top. So now he's glued to the back inside piece of your card. So then your front portion, the flap will get tucked back in, and see how it gets covered up when it opens up. So now the cat, I'm sliding that one in and kind of lining it up. And then I'm going to take some temporary tape and put it on that inside flap, just so that I can get it lined up in the right place. And then I'm going to open everything up, and then I'll kind of, I'm fiddling with it, so then I'll figure out exactly where I want it, and then I'm just going to lift up those pieces and put some Tombow down, if that makes sense, I hope. And then I'll just lift up where I can and put some Tombow in there to get that piece glued down. Okay, so now I'm going to get everything put back together. It's a little bit of a puzzle there. So the front piece opens up, and then the cat will slide into the place where the dog is when you open your card. Okay, so now let's decorate the outside of our card. I've got this piece of mix-in paper, and I'm going to adhere it with broad tip glue pen. And get that down. I apologize if you can hear my neighbor's lawnmower. He's got a really loud riding mower, and he loves to mow his lawn. So, okay, so this is a thin cut, and this is how it looks when it gets cut. And then I'm taking the 2-inch circle die, and I'm going to put it over it so that I can make just a ring. So I've cut 2 of those, and I'm going to put that as a frame around my dog on the front, and then I'm going to put one inside so that it will frame the cat. And now I'm going to stamp out a couple of sentiments. The first one is thinking of you, and I'm doing that on mint cardstock. And then the second one is sending hugs. And I will cut those out with a banner die. And those dies are from Lawn Fawn. It's a pack of various sizes of banners. So I've cut those out. And this is paper from the Seize the Day collection. And then I'm going to use the lace piece on the other side of that dot print. And I've cut flags or banners out of those. And that, I'll give some measurements below. I think it's like 1.5 inches, no, 1.25 inches, and then 3/4 of an inch. And I'm just kind of placing these little banners in the front just for little interest. So I'm going to layer those banners, and then I'm going to adhere the thinking of you with thin foam tape. So we'll get that down. And I'm going to adhere the scallop circle with the aqua Tombow glue. So this is the new Operation Smile stamp set. It's new with the March-April catalog. And when you purchase this stamp set, Close to My Heart will donate $7 of the proceeds to Operation Smile. It's a nonprofit organization that provides surgeries to repair cleft lips and palates for children all around the world. And you can find that. I'll put a link below in the description, or you can go to my website, and the URL is up in the upper right corner of the screen to make that purchase. So I'm adding the scalloped circle to the inside of the card and the sentiment to the inside of the card. And then I'm going to decorate with the some white enamel dots, just for a little more interest. Sprinkle those around. And this is my card in action. The card is closed, and when you open it up. So these supplies and others are available in my online store. The URL is in the upper right corner, and I will make a list of supplies and links below in the description. I appreciate you spending some time watching my video today. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed already, and thanks for watching.